What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Banks, coming at you live with a trade recap tonight. We're going over our AMD trade that we hit for 120% plus banger. And then we ended the day catching that SPY pump for over 400%. And I want to show you guys how we did it. But an important lesson, as I always give lessons in the beginning, guys, do less. Do less, do less. Less trades equals more. I promise you, if you're following somebody who's giving out 5, 10 different trades a day, completely wrong. Those are newbies. Real traders do not trade all day long. Take quality setups, take less trades. I promise you, you'll see your account grow tremendously. And I know in the beginning, I always thought I need to take more trades to make more money. All that did was just blow my accounts, made me lose more money, especially if I was up on the day. I would end up just losing money after that. So less trades, more money, grow the account. Important lesson for today. Go ahead and hit that retweet and like button so you don't miss any of this educational content I put out on a daily basis to make you a profitable trader. Now, guys, AMD, as you guys know, these are real trades that are taken. AMD we took today for 120%. And then we also hit SPY at the end of the day for 400%. Shout out to the team for absolutely banking every single day. I'm super proud of you guys. But you guys came here for the trade recap. So how do I know about AMD? Well, AMD, what brought my attention to AMD? Well, one, I love trading AMD. Two, this move right here in the morning. Right before open, I saw this big pump and thought to myself, well, that's weird because the market's not pumping. If I go to the market and I looked around, SPY, for example, QQQ, right? There was no like full market pump. There was no like this whole market pump today. So what that was telling me was something's going on specifically with AMD. So what did I do? Very simple. Went to Google. Well, I guess I'm on Bing right here, but I went to Google, AMD news. AMD to acquire Finnish startup Silo AI for 660. So we had AI news. We had AI news from last night and this morning. We also had their CPUs benchmarks leak, and they look good, right? So we had a bunch of news come out on AMD, and we already know that AI has been the pinnacle of this stock market run. I mean, anything that comes out with AI, chips, tech, completely hot, that is this market cycle's bull run, right? AI, chips, tech. That's it. That's running the market, has been for years now. So we know AMD, right? We can see that AMD had this weird pop. Go check the news. Oh, AI, most likely going to have an insane run. Now, I was a little bit early on it, but what happened, right? So we came out in the morning, we popped up, we sold back off. But where do we sell off to? A very, very important level. Well, we could see that this is exactly where we popped out to. So we filled the imbalance from free market, right? So to me, what this is showing me is, okay, we came back, we filled all the orders that everybody missed out on in the pre-market. They made sure that they got their orders filled during the live trading session for that pop, right? Very, very simple. And if we go back here, we can also see that this is an important level between 175 and 178 here, right? We go on the hourlies. We can see that at 175, 178, very, very important levels. So we know that we're already above a major demand, a major level. We know chips have been hot. We got the AMD news, AI, plus that the CPU's benchmarks were leaked. So we have all this great news for AMD. We broke a major consolidation. AMD was poised for that run up today. So important lesson is, if you ever see anything like that, like a weird pump, something weird in the morning, but it's not the whole market, it's just something particular to a certain stock, never hurts to go check the news. News about AI, massive. We already know that AMD is setting up for a run after that consolidation. But now we have the AI news. We have the benchmarks leaked on the CPUs. We're holding a pretty big demand here above 175 to 178. We get a retest, we push into highs. And very simple price targets, right? 182, 184, 186, and then this 188. If you go on the hourlies, guys, you can see where these major levels are at. Very simple. 178, clear as day. 182. So beginning of the body, and then at the wick, that 182, 184. And if we push above, we have 186 here and that 188. And then above that, 190, 193, if it wanted to get above. Didn't today. That's how I caught AMD in the morning. Now to go on, as I showed you guys, we caught SPY in a day. Now, typically, just from doing this, here's the experience. You don't want to short low volume pumps. I mean, it's just SPY was melting up all day. I mean, you can see it. I mean, clear as day, so we pushed in the highs here, right? We're kind of slowly melting, but really we're consolidating here. And once we pushed above highs, we just ran all day. So one way, if you can't see a trend, one way to notice a trend is we can throw on an EMA. You can set it to 8 or 9, both work, right? Boom. Now we have our trend. So trending moving averages that you can use is the 8, the 9, and I'd even say the 13. So on the 13. And then still on a 9. Right? I mean, you can see clear as day. So 8, 9, 13, very good trending EMAs you can use. Now, why do I use the EMAs? Exponential moving average, because they're most weighted on the most recent price action. Unlike the SMA, the EMA is weighted on the most recent price action. So if we are day trading, if we are using a smaller time frame like the 5-minute, the 10-minute, we want to have a moving average that's mostly weighted on the most recent price action. 8, 9, 13, and you could even throw that 21 in there. Really, it's 2021. I already have the 20 right here. That's the SMA. So let's go to the EMA. Let's make this the 21. And you can see that's kind of a little bit further down, but it still works, right? Kind of as a last line of defense on a trend, right? And you can use it the 5-minute. You can see the 10-minute, that 21 and the 13 gets a little bit drawn out, but the 8 and the 9 are really good following that trend. So the 5, 10, definitely use that 8, the 9 if you can't see a trend. How did I catch that pump in the day? Well, the rule of thumb, guys, is do not short a low volume melt up. More times than not, you are going to get your ass handed to you. Low volume melt ups, especially into a big data day like tomorrow, can absolutely kill you. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. Everyone just wants to keep getting short. You have a big data day, and what happens? We just get a nice big push and a big squeeze there at the end of the day. So do not short low volume melt up days. I promise you, there are times where you can get a flash crash, you can get a rug pull on them, but more times than not, low volume melt up days typically are just going to continue up, right? There's no volume. They're just pushing up. There's no volume for anyone to take them down. They're just going to keep squeezing and squeezing and slowly melt up. So very hard rule of thumb is don't short a low volume melt up day. And we just flagged out over highs here, really. Was just following the trend. We're holding the trend, and we got that squeeze there. End of day, and that's how we caught SPY for 400% in the day. Keep that roll. Don't short a low volume melt up day, especially into a big data day the next day. Hope you guys learned a lot here. Any questions, drop them. As always, super appreciate if you guys retweet and like this video. My name is Mr. Banks, and as always, I'll leave it on this, guys. Believe in yourself, keep going, and keep working hard. The thing about trading is you can have a technical analysis. You can know all these little different things. You could watch videos. You could get courses. You can even spend a couple years in the market. But really the difference that I saw in my trading was around the 5-year mark. And I think every single year, I feel like I just keep learning more and more. And it's because it's just experience and time in the market. That's really what I feel separates me and a lot of other traders versus when you're a newer trader, because you can see patterns. You've seen these things happen time and time again. And yes, technical analysis, all that stuff works. It's great. But there's a reason why you have a mentor, you ask that question of, well, this was hitting a resistance. Why did you take calls and it pushed higher? I was going to go short. Just seeing the actual price action of the day and understanding, having the time of the market and seeing these patterns of how the market tends to play out, it becomes second nature. It becomes like a subconscious to what you're saying, and you can start to read the price action better. So that's why give it time. It will take years, but the payoff is worth it in the end. I love you guys. My name is Mr. Banks. As always, I'll see you guys next time on another trade recap or trade plan. Let's have an amazing rest of the week. End it strong. I believe in you. Let's get it.